Hello there. How is everyone today? Hold on just a second, please, guys. One moment. Just make sure everything's working correctly here. Anyway, I'm going to wait a minute to see if anybody joins me. I hope so. Let's see. Okay. Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it's late notice. Um, I had some technical difficulties and it's been a while, and I was trying to get on earlier today, but didn't work out. Let me know if you can hear me loud enough, guys. I'm not sure. I moved my mic a little bit. So how's everyone doing? I hope you all are having a wonderful evening. Um, just wanted to get on for a minute and talk about some of the things that are going on these days. It's been a lot going on. Um, First of all, I want to look at hi Latrice and Erie S. Scott. Thank you guys for joining me. Um, I kind of want to look at, I know we've exhausted this orange peel thing. Hi, BJW. Good to see you. Thank you all for being here. I know we've pretty much exhausted this, but guys, he's still here and he's still causing havoc. Oh, hi, Barbara. Good to see you. Yeah, BJ, I should have guessed that. Um, anyway, he is exhausting, but I kind of want to see what's going on with him, and I know we're all getting that. I mean, if you listen to people, we're kind of all getting the same thing. He's going to leave soon. Hi, Rhonda. Hey, Apple. Good to see you. Um, we're all getting the same thing, but I don't know. Maybe something's going to change. We don't know when. Some people now are saying it's going to be soon. It's kind of like I kind of hate to read on it because it's like we're getting that he's going, but the thing is, I don't know. He has 9 lives or something, guys. I don't know what's going on. But, and of course, as everybody says, we don't want to wish bad things on anyone. But, I mean, it's just crazy. As a matter of fact, I think I'll use my Lenormand for this reading. Where did I put them? I think I'll use that and just do like a 9-card spread, as I always do with the Lenormand, and see what's going on. And if you guys... Apple says extremely exhausting. Not sure how much more I can take. I know. But the thing is, guys, and I keep saying that, we have to try not to let it affect us too much. But I know it's affecting everybody because he's doing something to just about piss everybody off. Hi, Witch. Good to see you. I'm so glad you guys are hanging in here with me. Some days, I just... I'm doing the best I can right now. So, and I know you all, those of you that have been here with me for a while, you understand what's going on. So, anyway, it's exhausting for everybody because we don't know what he's going to do from one day to the next. And even as we try to move on and calm things down, calm our nerves down and things like that, it's still like it's like it's never going to go away. Now, some people are even saying things like some readers are saying things like, well, a year when we do the midterms next year, we'll have to see what he's doing in it. Like the midterms. Thank you, Rhonda. It's like the midterms. What are you talking about? Hi, more blessed 70. Thank you for being here. Glad to see you too. Um, and which says one thing that's made me laugh recently is the frogs, especially that one frog that thrusted forward. Okay, you're talking about yeah, from the march. I think that's what you're talking about. I am so afraid for healthcare and Social Security, Medicaid, etc. Yeah, it's like he's trying to do something to hurt everyone. And the thing about it is, it's like we're just waiting for the next shoe to drop, which is not good, guys. It's like somebody needs to do something to stop this. I just don't see any action being taken. And, I don't want to be a downer or whatever, but I just don't see anything happening. Yeah, the SNAP benefits. That's true. It's so much. It is so much. It's like, and then the thing about him tearing down the east wing of the White House, guys. Now, it's just that's something that we've always had, and he can just go in there and destroy. Okay, he's destroying the White House. He's destroying America. Period. Okay, he is the people. Everybody is. A lot of people are in a state of depression because of what he's doing, but it's like he's being allowed to do it, in which I don't get that. I thought we had a government for a reason, and it's like all these things that are doing wrong, that are illegal. It's like there's nobody that can stop him. I mean, where will we be a year from now? That's a good question to ask. Let me look at his health first, and then I think I'll ask that question. What will America look like a year from now? But let's see about his health right now, because, guys, I think that's about the only thing we got going. Oh, thank you, back. 1977. Okay. Now it looks like I'm going to have some technical difficulties. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But I wouldn't be surprised if he destroyed more than the East Wing, guys. He's just trying to destroy America, period. And if we can see that, then why can't the other people that we put into office see that? And why can't they stop it? Anyway, let me look at him and see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with him. Yeah, they say that the East Wing is also, hi, Sissy. I see Sissy's in here. The East Wing is also where people go. Just say you want to tour the White House or whatever. That's where people enter. Now, I've been to Washington, D.C. I've been around by the White House, but I've never been in there. So I don't know where they enter, but that's what I heard, is that's where people enter when they want to tour. So this is saying that, okay, so if he takes that down, is he going to make another space for people to enter that want to go on a tour of the White House? Or is he saying that the people can no longer enter the White House? That's another question. Okay, Spirit. Tell me what's going on with Donald Trump's health. What is going on with Donald Trump's health right now? Okay, I'm going to lay out 9 cards, guys. That's him in the middle, which is the bear, which is, well, normally the bear talks about something big, which is him, of course. It's something strong. It's about positions, like a job position, maybe that kind of thing. Here's the man, the woman, cross, star, the mountain, clouds, the dog, and the mice. Okay. Bottom of the deck is news coming. This is the rider, which tells us that some kind of news is going to be coming, or maybe something unexpected from an unexpected visitor. So we have the man here, and he is in the house of the whip, which means there's a lot of arguments going on with this man. And we have the woman right next to him. And we're talking about she's in a house of communications, a house of birds. So it makes me think that women are really going to be doing a lot of talking about what's going on. And they may be the ones that have to confront him, because so far, and you know what, guys, Marjorie Taylor Greene just popped into my mind. So we know that, and remember, I read on her. She really is sincere in trying to, do what she needs to do to help the problem. But the thing is, I think that she is doing it because she wants to save herself and her seat and that kind of thing. It's hard to trust someone that's been against you the whole time. Now all of a sudden things are really affecting her. So we don't know how much we can trust her, but she may be one, because she's steadily going at him, and she's right next to him here. So a woman that's doing a lot of talking and doing a lot of communicating. Maybe she knows more than what we think she knows. She's right next to him. I'm not getting. I wanted to find something out about his health, though. His health is what I was looking for. Yeah. Okay. And then we have the cross. The cross, guys, is about troubles. The troubles that he's going to face. Oh, maybe the troubles, the troubles he's going to face with women and children, because this cross is in the house of the child. Or it could be something new, because children are young. It could be something new, but it's also in the house of the child. And if we look at the Epps files, we know that something could come out for him concerning that also. Wow. I see here that the man's strength is being eaten away, though. Well, yeah, his strength is being eaten away, because we have the man, we have the bear, which is about the strength, and we have the mice, which is about things being eaten away. You know how mice eat the crumbs and that kind of thing. So that we have. There's confusion. Yeah, we know there's a lot of confusion going on with the man. Also, yeah, there's going to be some kind of blockage also, although I don't see the heart. There's something that's going to stop his strength. Well, this is okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So a lot's going to happen. His security at his place of work, the White House, and that kind of thing. And this is his strength. People are going to be talking a lot about him. I think that people are probably going to get together and start talking about exactly what they can do to stop this. because this mountain here, and it is in the house of mountain. So there is something that's coming, guys, that's definitely going to stop his movement. Um, there's a lot of confusion going on with him, of course. And it's about the document, it's about the Epps files. Okay. So, of course, we know this is what he's trying to keep um, out of the limelight. Light. And I feel like whoever, there is going to be a friend of his or someone that's close to him that's going to help to bring out um, more information, and that's going to help um, with the Epps files and that kind of thing. It's somebody that's close to him that's going to do something or say something that's going to hurt him as far as the files go, because we have the confusion here with the friend and the mice. Um, the only thing about his health, which is what I really wanted to see, is that he's losing he's losing strength. But we already know that. We can see that. He's weak anyway, as far as I'm concerned. But we can see that already without these cards telling us that. So that's that. I think we just have to wait and see. It's like he's just kind of all over the board, And at one point, we were talking about, okay, maybe he may leave and go to another country and all of this, but what about that big ballroom that he's building? Why would he just up and leave unless he's forced to leave? And at this point, who can force him to do anything? But I do want to look at that question about what is America going to look like in a year from now? What is America going to look like a year from now? Because we know already that, if he's still around, guys, if he's still in power, I don't know. But we can ask Spirit. All right, Spirit. We need to know, what might America look like a year from now? In a year from now. What might America look like a year from now? Oh, that's a good question. What Jack Smith has on him. I'm sure it's a whole lot, but I can ask that question. All right. A year from now, Spirit, show us what America will look like in a year from now. What will America look like a year from now? The Ten of Swords just jumped out, guys. And something is going to be coming to an end. Now, I'm gonna pull some more cards though, because okay, crossing that is the Queen of Swords. She yields that sword. She's very strong. So I got a feeling that whenever something ends, it may be a woman taking over, guys. When it ends, because this is the ending, and this is the Queen of Swords. Now, this is somebody that's clear-minded, a clear-minded leader. Not trying to get anybody's hopes up or anything like that, but this is what the cards are saying. A clear-minded leader crosses that ending. Could be a good thing. You know who we're thinking about. Then we have the foundations, and this was in the reverse. Um, what I'm thinking with this is the card, guys, is that all the restraints on that person is going to be lifted. We're looking at a year from now. Okay, so and we still got swords. We have 3 swords out here. So mentally there's going to be a lot going on. There's going to be a lot of changes. There's those swords are like kind of not abrupt, but they're definitely things probably that we wouldn't expect to happen. It's like things are going to be cut away because that's what swords do. Um, so far we have 3 swords here. And then we have the Hermit in reverse, which is telling me that, we felt isolated. We felt isolated. And I'm asking about America. This is in the past. It's like in the past, we had lost our way. We have felt isolated, which is how we're feeling right now, in a sense. And then we have the Lovers. And I hate to show that card like that because you know how YouTube is getting so funny now. But we have the Lovers in reverse. There's still going to be some disharmony, though. Some conflict. And the near future. Now, see, I like this, the 7 of Swords in the reverse. Again, more swords. Guys, we got a lot. We got a lot of stuff still coming. But it's in a reverse. So it's things are going to be, normally that would mean that things are being hidden from us or stolen from us, or somebody's trying to get away with something. But in this case, it means that since it's reversed, that something, things are coming clean. The deception is being revealed. Okay. Okay, then we have the Ace of Swords. Still going to be some, not the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands. Still going to be some delays, though. Still some delays. But it'll be a new beginning. We will see a new beginning. And then we have the 9 of Cups. Wishes coming through. True, but it's in the reverse again. Are all my cards? I think I'm reversed. I think all my cards, the deck is reversed, guys. But I'm just going to continue to read them that way. So the wish is coming true. If I read it upright, it's like I said, my deck is turned over. If I read it upright, we would have our wishes coming true. I'm going to read the next one upright. And we have the 4 of Pentacles, which is we're going to be trying to save our money. There's no telling, or save whatever it is that we have. There's no telling what is going to happen between now and then, but people are going to be more frugal. They're going to be trying to hang on to whatever it is they have at this time. So I think by this time next year, we will have gone through a lot of changes. And somebody is walking away, or somebody's disappointed, walking away. That's the final outcome. But I need to know more. Okay, we have the King of Wands here. The King of Wands, which is again a leader, the Page of Pentacles. So this King of Wands, he's the one that's going to help make things happen. Now, who is that? I don't know. It could be Jack Smith, you know. But we're talking about what it looks like a year from now. And we have also there's going to start to be financial opportunities. Now, of course, we had here that people are hanging on to whatever it is that they have, like their money and their properties and that kind of thing, because I think that we will have been through so much that we have prepared for the worst because of all the things that are happening. Then we have the Temperance. So there's going to be some balance brought back. And we have the Six of Wands, which is, we're talking about victory. So I think in a year from now, guys, yeah, there will be some victory. He won't be around. Um, what else, Spirit? We'll be trying to get things back to normal. But when that'll happen, a year from now, we'll be in a better place. I'll put it that way. We'll be in a better place. But when that's going to start to happen, let's see if I can pull one card and get something. When might that happen, Spirit? When might that begin? Let's see what we get. Have a 6. And this is moving on to smoother waters. So could it be 6 months? I don't think it's going to be 6 weeks, although we would like it to be 6 weeks. I mean, it could be. This is a 6 card. But it is about moving on to smoother waters. So I could say 6 weeks or 6 months. Definitely not 6 days and not 6 years, even though they would like for him to have another presidency, another term. It's not going to happen. So 6 weeks or 6 months. And I put it at 6 months is what I think we're looking at, which would put us April. Will put us in April. So that's what we're looking at, guys. Everybody wants things to happen sooner than later, but it's not happening that way, and I don't know what we can do about that. So I think we just gotta wait. I'm just looking at my notes here that I can't reach. Wait and see what happens. Did you guys have any questions? If you do, please put them in the chat. Put a Q by them or something so I'll know that the question is for me. Neek, I'm with you. 6 hours. Somebody said, I was listening to somebody and someone said that this week. Now, we'll have to wait and, of course, it's all for entertainment purposes only. And I don't know. We've been putting times on this for the longest and nothing has happened, which says exactly is November 1st when the SNAP benefits stop. Okay. You think that's when people will wake up? I hope it doesn't get that far that somebody needs to do something before that happens. That's a lot of people that could depend on their SNAP benefits. You know what I'm saying? There's this company I believe is called Merriweather Farms. They said, "We love you, Orange, but can you not hurt?" Let's look at that. "We love you, Orange, but can you not hurt us so much?" Basically, they're begging, but they know what's happening. Oh, that's a good question. Did they have an affair? Well, let's pull three cards and see. Did Candace and Mr. Kirk have an affair? So Charlie. I know she loves him, doesn't she? I don't know how long she's. Well, I don't know. Is there an age difference between the two of them? I guess that doesn't matter, but well, let's see. Because he's quite young. I don't know how old she is. I don't get a clear answer. I get a yes, a maybe, and a yes. So I'm not sure about that. I mean, just looking. I can't give a definite answer on that, even just looking at the cards. Um, I don't know how well traveled he is because I get the world here. It's like maybe in another place or something because I have the Two of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the World. Both of these two cards about, the world moving around and that kind of thing. So I'm going to say maybe. Don't get a definite on that one. Let's see. Her and who else are you talking about? I saw a question. Hi, Michelle Matthews. Christine, hi. Good trouble. She has, okay. I saw, okay. Could you do a reading about Biden and Kamala's discussion about the aftermath of the election if Orange wins? Okay. Let's see. Okay, we'll ask what the attitudes or what was the discussion between, all right, Spirit, what was the discussion between Biden and Kamala? About the aftermath of the election. So what can we get? What was the discussion, Spirit? What was the discussion? election between Kamala and Biden. I'm going to read all the cards in the upright. Okay, we have the King of Wands. I'll consider that as Biden. And we have the Nine of Cups. Now, I feel like with this, they're talking about Biden is talking about how people are going to, how they are, the other side, the GOP is going to get what they wished for. They're going to get everything that they wished for. And that includes, all the CEO, other billionaires, those kinds of people. Yeah, they realize that people are going to, those billionaires are going to get what they want, exactly what they want. And it's going to be hard for them to balance it. I have the temperance here, and it's going to be hard for them to balance things, or for things to be balanced once he gets into office. They're talking about their disappointment. They're talking about, of course, the money and who's going to get it, who's going to receive. A lot of people are going to be poor. They discuss that. They discuss the chaos that's going to happen. And here she is. And she knows that she would be more practical. And as far as the economy and that kind of thing, things would have been more stable. So they're just, to me, what I'm seeing here is that how they're talking about how he's going to bring the government down, how things are going to change, things are going to be look different because we have the Page of Swords here, and a lot of things are going to be cut away. So they're looking at how things are going to be different and how he's going to yield his power. They talk about he has everything he needs now. When they realized that he was going to be the one, they talk about he has everything he needs and how he's going to do whatever is in his power. We have the magician here. So whatever is in his power to change things, he's going to change them the way he wants them. They also talked about, this is crazy, guys, the strength, that all the power that he's going to be given. And you know what? Going in, I don't think people knew how much power he was really going to have until he got in there and the Supreme Court gave him all the power that he needed. So he has all the strength. And then, they talk about how, everything that he does is going to affect the whole world. I think that they knew, Biden and Harris knew how big this was when he got into office. They knew exactly what to expect. And I think everything is showing up just like what they thought. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Of course, a new beginning as far as money goes, as far as abundance goes. And we're seeing it happen because everything's being taken away. I mean, even people's lives are totally turned upside down because he's gathering people up just off the streets and all that kind of thing. So it's like everything is totally new. We're not used to this kind of thing happening. And I think that they knew that, but I don't think anybody knew that they would go as far as to give him all the power that they have given him. I mean, it's like nobody can stop him. No one can stop him. And that's sad. So, that was a good question. That's a good question. I think they saw it all coming. Well, did he get a pardon? Um, the last time I looked at it, no. But hey, we might as well look at it again. Hi, Valerie. Thank you for being here. I'm late too. I'm late coming on. This is really late compared to the normal time that I tell you guys 8:50. But I had technical difficulties and it was like I'm coming on regardless. Okay, let's look at Diddy. Let us look at Diddy and see what's going on. Will he get a pardon? What is Trump thinking? He got to have a whole lot of money. He's got to pay Trump. This just kind of rolled out, guys. The Wheel of Fortune, which is like I was saying, he's got to have a whole lot of money for Trump to give him a pardon, because he said some bad things about Trump, and I've always seen Diddy being in prison for a long time. So I'm going to put this back in. Oh, we give him a pardon. 3-card spirit. They're talking about it, and at the present, I think that Diddy, him and his team, they're thinking that he is. They feel like he might. They're really doing a lot of collaborating with him, with Orange Peel. They're really trying to get him to go their way. But here's the devil that shows up, guys. I think that he's just playing with Diddy. I think it's a game for him. Now, maybe if he can strip him of everything, because first of all, we all know how he probably feels about Diddy. He's not the right complexion. Even though, so what? They were friends. What does that mean? They hung out together. They were billionaires. It doesn't mean much when it comes to Orange Peel, because he always wants to be on top. And I think that he's just going to play with him some more. But they're really talking about it. His team is really talking about it, and it's making Diddy feel good about the way things are going. But I don't know. Now, if anything, which is the same thing, he would get out. He would commute his sentence, but he would still get out either way it goes. But from the way I see it right now, it's just a lot of talk going on, and he's just playing games with him now. But we did see that Wheel of Fortune show up. So maybe if Diddy can get enough money together, maybe $1 billion, who knows? He might do it. But I think Diddy might be disappointed. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? I have a feeling that the dealer will get out at some point. Money will definitely talk. Yeah, money is important to Orange Peel. That's true. But sometimes he likes to stick it to people too, Okay, I'm going to go back up to the top, guys, and see what you guys are talking about. Hi, Vanessa. Okay, that's where I left off at. Okay, Mike Johnson. Will he get tossed out as speaker? Who would they put in his place next? Okay, Christine wants. Okay, Christine just speaking there. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people aren't getting paid. That's true. People that voted for him will suffer the most. Yeah. Um, hmm. Okay. I think. Let me go back. Diddy hasn't learned a lesson yet. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Vance. I read something about divorce court. Divorce for Vance. Okay, let's look at Vance. What's going on? You know what? I think I'm going to use Lenormand with him. I'm going to put the man in the middle right there. And we're going to talk about him. All right, Spirit. You need to know about Vance. I'll put him back in for now. What is going on between Vance and Usha, I think is her name? Will Vance be getting a divorce? Talk to us about Vance and Usha. That's a good question. Vance and Usha. Vance and Usha. I'm going to put Vance. There he is again. He's ready to talk. All right, Spirit. Vance and Usha. He's hopeful. He has a big mountain to climb when it comes to her, though. There is some trouble going on in paradise, guys. But he's trying to figure out some kind of solution. We have the fox here, which tells me that there's a lot of manipulation and things going on. And he's going to have a big mountain to climb in order to keep her there. But, it's like he's made this declaration to her. But it's kind of like they're at a crossroads. They are definitely at a crossroads. And, there's a lot going on with him, and she knows it. But I don't think she's totally made up her mind yet, because we have this 2 here, which is about choices. And it's also, in this case, it's about having a little luck, and it's in the house of the woman. So I think that she's still deciding what she's going to do. She's really confused. She's lost. She feels like, I think she's lost respect for him. But I'm really shocked by that, because I have a feeling that she kind of knew what was going on when she married him, even if he was bisexual when she married him, I feel like she should have known that. if other people knew it, she should have heard something about it, but she was okay with it, but maybe more is coming out now than what she um, thought was going on with him. But he has a big mountain to climb. He's right here in the middle. And we have the mountain over him. So it's really a big obstacle to climb for him to have that little bit of luck with her. So looks like it may be true that they may be having some problems. Um, a lot of false things are a lot of things that she didn't know about are coming out. Things are being unlocked at this point that's coming out about him. Um, so we have to see let's ask what she's going to do. This is kind of like she is not sure. She's making a choice, but let's just see where she is, where Usha, what she's really thinking. What's on Usha's mind when it comes to her husband? What's on Usha's mind when it comes to her husband? When it comes to Vance, how is she really feeling? There's a lot of unknowns. See, there's a lot of things that are coming up that she didn't even know about. Like she feels like she's been in the dark about a lot of things. And we don't know, she doesn't know herself. Okay, but then we have the Chariot, which is like there's going to be a lot of movement. I think this is more like a success card for her and what she's going to do. And here she is, the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like, financially, she's going to be fine. She just may be moving on, guys. She may be moving on. She hasn't really come out and said it yet. We're in the dark, and she's getting a whole lot of information that she didn't know about in the past. So I would say it's possible. We have the Page of Pentacles here. So you know what? I feel like she's thinking about her children also. And the stability. She needs more stability when it comes to her children because he, I don't even know if with the attitude that he has, why he married an Indian woman. What was the point? Or maybe she just was someone that he just accepted the way that he is, or something like that is what I feel. But yeah, knowing that there was a lot of things that I've read on him recently about him knowing all the time that he was not straight, and maybe the marriage was just something that made people think or made him feel better about himself. People do that all the time, and maybe she didn't know all of that was going on, or maybe she did and accepted it, whatever. But yeah, I don't think she's happy. She's not happy. Let's see. I'm going back down. Mm-hmm. That's true, which I was just reading your comment. Um, yeah, yeah, she would leave, and she might. Who knows? Because from what the cards are saying, she's not happy. But I don't know why she would have married him. Yeah, they're repressed because of the hard beliefs, religion. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Nora says she looks aged and miserable. Yeah, Yeah, that's right, good trouble. So what? I mean, but I read somewhere where his grandmother tried to, they try to send him somewhere that'll make him straight, but everybody's not going to be straight, and which is fine, but maybe she thought she got it out of him and he thought it was out of him. And so he got a woman, whatever. But I mean, he could be that he likes both. But you're right. It's, a lot of people are hypocritical about it. And that's what makes, like I say, for entertainment purposes only, half of the men in the White House are that way. Okay. Okay, Christine. Okay. I think she misses her independence. Yeah. Hi, Ori, Aurelia. Nice to see you. I am glad you guys all made it. Yeah, she looks rough. Um, yeah, same with Mike Johnson, which is fine. But I mean, you got a wife, you married somebody. I mean, why would you do that? Good trouble, you really think so? Peter Thiel is in love with Vance. That could be. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, talking bad about her and her kids. So, I mean, I, I could even see him getting married, but if he didn't believe that others were equal to him, why would he marry an Indian woman? Why didn't he just marry somebody like him? How long would federal workers go to work without getting paid? Will they quit? Well, let's see. How long will they go to work without getting paid? I think that I think they feel kind of trapped. There's a lot of talk going around, but they feel like they're trapped because this is what he wants them to do, guys. He wants them to quit. They're committed to keeping their jobs. He wants the federal workers to quit so that he can put others in there. That's what he tried to do in the beginning, was get rid of all the federal workers. But I think they know that this is a trap for them. We have the fox showing up here, and he's about the trap. They're all talking about what they're going to do, but it's like they are definitely committed. They love their jobs, and they're committed to them. So I don't think they're going to be quitting. Now, let's pull 3 cards and see if we can find out how long they will go on without work, without getting paid. Yeah, they feel like they're betrayed. I'll pull one more. Here's the money card. We have the 10 of Pentacles. I'm going to say 10 days. Guys, I'm wondering, okay, this is almost between 10 and 21 days. Now, this, I have a feeling that this government shutdown is going to be a little longer than anticipated. Most people thought it was going to be short, but he doesn't have any incentive unless they take somebody to court to make them open it up. And we know how long those court procedures take. Sometimes they do emergency things, but I just think it may be a minute. Let's hope that that's not true. I don't know that for sure, but just looking at these cards, it may be a minute, at least 10 days, maybe more, before they'll start getting paid again. Because he's trying to get away with as much as possible, guys. He doesn't want to open the government. Then he has to swear in the Democratic person that will be the signature that says they can vote on looking at the Epps files. This is what he's trying to keep from happening, guys. So, I mean, it seems to me like as long as that's on the table, it's going to be hard for them to open the government back up. But you know what I want to know too, guys, is why is he so adamant to have this ballroom built that's bigger than the actual White House? But I think I'll use a different card, a different set of cards. Now, I just have a feeling, this is just my feeling, that before that ballroom gets built, it's going to be stopped. It's going to be stopped. That's just how I feel at the moment. But why is he so adamant? Now, if that ballroom is going to be that big, and he's going to probably stop the people from coming to the White House, it's going to be his little sanctuary, because you won't be able to get in the White House at all. Just normal people won't be able to come in and tour it. I think that's all. He's trying to cut all of that out. Ten of Cups, which is about relationships. Normally, this is a good card about people getting together and that kind of thing. But I think in his case, he's trying to stop that. He's trying to stop people from coming in. But what else is going on? Why is that ballroom so important to him, Spirit? Why is that ballroom so important to Donald Trump? Why is that ballroom so important to Trump? Why is that ballroom so important, Spirit? Okay, first of all, his legacy. He wants to look good. He wants people to like him. He thinks that he's doing something historical. There's got to be more than that to it. Yeah, a new beginning. Again, the Ace of Swords. It's about how he looks to other people and what people think about him. I pulled two cards there. He's trying to get away with something, though, guys. He's trying to get away with something with this ballroom. I don't know what it is, but he's trying to get away with something, and he's trying to keep people in the blind about whatever it is that is going on with it. I'm sure people around him, there's some people around him that know. We have the Page of Swords here. I really think. I think it's about he thinks that he's doing something so big and so grand that he's going to go down in the history books as a good one of the best presidents in the world. And he really does think that he's going to be the president forever. He's going to be a king. He really thinks that. In his mind, he's going to be very successful at doing this. That's in his mind. Um, here's a Hierophant, which to me is like, I'm going to control everything. I'm going to control the government. I'm going to control everything is going to be under his control. And part of it is because all of these donors that he has coming in, he's going to have to, um, with all the money that they have pouring in and all of the power that he has, he's going to be able to control everything. He's laughing at us, guys, because he's getting everything that he's ever wanted, everything that he's ever desired. And at the moment, he's just having a good time. He's happy about the way things are going. Um, we have the Nine of Pentacles here. Yeah. He so wants to be the king. He feels like he's going to have all the independence it's just going to be him. He's going to control things. But is he trying to get away with, what is it, Spirit, that he wants? Okay, he wants to bring about more changes. But I think that he's figuring that he wants to stand alone. He wants to be independent. He wants to be the big person. I just don't understand what else is going on with that ballroom. Victory. New beginnings. He's gonna get a lot of other things going the way that he wants them to go. He's gonna build better relationships with the people that he needs to build them with, which is the people that's donating to this ballroom, more billionaires. He's really excited about this, and he is going to work hard at it. He's gonna whatever exposure. I hope you guys are not seeing that, but it looks like I just lost the internet again. But he's going to be exposed, which is why I think, like I said, I'm feeling like this whole thing is not going to go through like he thinks that it is. He's working with a lot of people. There's a lot of collaborations going on as far as how to get this done. But here we have the Queen of Cups again. There's a woman. There is a woman, or women maybe, that's going to step in and change things. There's going to be offers made. You know what? I think that this is the women are going to start thinking about their children and how it's going to take women to turn this around, guys, or a woman. You know, again, we're looking at what we think maybe happened, and right after it is that King of Wands again that shows up. So that's happened twice. Women thinking about the children, women. There is a King of Wands that's going to show up too. That's going to be very helpful in bringing him down. Um, but yeah, this is what what is it that he's trying to get away with, Spirit? We know that, but it's not going to work. I want to know exactly, Spirit. Can you give us? Can you tell us exactly what's going to happen? I'm feeling like maybe it's some kind of a, you know how they say a bunker or something, maybe a place for him to hide out, but we don't know what's all he's got planned for this place. Um, we talked a lot about tunnels before, guys. I'm going to look at my true crime cards here because this is just coming to me. Why? What is the purpose of him building such a big ballroom? What is the purpose, Spirit, of him building such a big ballroom? So big that he had to tear down the east wing, and it's going to be bigger than the White House. What is the purpose? What's the meaning behind it, Spirit? What is he trying to do? What is he trying to do, Spirit? You know he's always trying to get away with something. Tunnel. That kept coming to me. Oh, okay. What else do we have? Money. Mountains. Where could the tunnels go? So okay, so we're talking. We know that money is one of his favorite. Okay, could he be hiding money there, guys? We know. You know what we haven't been talking about lately is when him and what's his face, Leon went to the place where they hold all the gold. Um, but why would he hide money there in a tunnel? Family, that's for his family. And then we have love. Family love. Aliens, that puts me in the mind of Leon. We have cleanup. It makes me think that he knows that, just like he released whatever, a missile in California. It's like he's expecting something to happen. And there's going to have to be a lot of cleanup. And he's just going to be in his little bunker or whatever under the under his ballroom while everything's being cleaned up. Him and his family are going to be living lavishly. They're going to have everything that they need. I know that sounds crazy. It really does. But here we have inside. I feel like they, for the most part, they know what's going on. And it may be, oh God, it may be something that's going on in the, an inside job. I'm going to say that for entertainment purposes only, but you guys can read between the lines. If something is going to happen, he doesn't care about the people. He doesn't care about the United States. He's only out for his billionaire people, the people that are on the same level as him when it comes to money is all that he wants to deal with. Why would you be making a 9,000 square feet ballroom? Why is that necessary? Sounds like it's going to hold a whole bunch of people, guys. And partner, spouse. So it's the people that he's working with that he's thinking about. Mind control. I mean, we can see how he's controlling people already, people who you wouldn't, well, the MAGAs. But I mean, he's already, his people, I'm sure from J6 are working with him and helping him. And there's no telling what he's telling them, that kind of thing. We get social media. I'm not sure. Well, when we talk about mind control, he's doing a lot of things to scare people, and it gets all across social media. We already know that. He does a lot of things to scare people, and people get all, he does take things away. I'm not saying he doesn't until the court comes back through and says you have to give it back. But look at the way that he's doing this with the federal government, with the federal workers, guys. He tried to get rid of them. And the government, and the courts were like, no, you got to give them back their jobs. So now they're working for no money. He wants them to quit. And, this kind of thing gets around. So how is this, as far as, how people are feeling and that kind of thing, people are going to get upset about that happening to them. And, it's all over social media. We can all talk to each other all the time. There's no hiding it. There's no, well, you may get dips and dabs of it. It's just all out in the open. And people are getting sick and people are getting fed up. This is his little propaganda machine going on, guys. It just makes me mad. Here we got fake death. Now, we've been getting that a lot too. In the past, I've gotten fake death a lot. I think he's still here, guys. But it's just his spirit, as I've read before, and one of my videos, and I asked spirit, and it's like he has no spirit within him. But I don't know, that faked death. Maybe who would fake a death at this point? Or if you guys know something, let me know. Then we get back to the landfills again. Trash. All I can think of is a lot of mess that he's talking is trash. And I used to think that even more so, but now it seems like, guys, he's just getting away with so much. Is it trash? Could he have a second term? We really don't know. I don't even want to ask that question. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, Jack Smith wants to talk to Congress. Yeah, that's the same thing I said in my reading. I don't know if you're talking about the last reading that I did, in which I said spiritually he's gone, but physically he's here. But it didn't take much for him to be gone spiritually anyway. But yeah, he's trying to start a war, and he knows. Yeah, why is he bombing the boats in Colombia? He doesn't know who's in those boats for real. You know what I'm saying? That's just his imagination or what he's doing to start something. Yeah, yeah. Sissy says trafficking. Well, you think he may be using finding another way to traffic? I don't know, Vanessa. Is there an underground rail station there for real? I don't know. That's something to look into. Well, let's just ask ChatGTP. We're going to find out. Okay, is there an underground rail station near the White House? Okay. Yes, there is an underground rail. Well, it says subway station close to the White. No, I think we're talking about not a subway station though, because we know that there's that kind of thing anyway. But I thought maybe something like leading to Canada or something, that the slaves went through. Um, Let me see. Is there, was there an underground um, railway concerning um, slaves, a passage for slaves, or anything like that at any time? Let's see. Okay, yep. It says there was an underground railroad, but it wasn't an actual train system or physical railway. It was a network of secret routes, safe houses, and brave people who helped enslaved African Americans escape from bondage in the South to freedom in the North, and sometimes even into Canada during the 18th and 19th centuries. So, yeah, you're right. Maybe they're making some connections. So, yeah, they were traveling. You're right, which Um, yeah, there was traveling. Okay, I see what you're saying. There is a shuttle train underground. But what good would that? You could always stop him, I guess. Okay, Sissy's saying there's trains underground and tunnels all are all under DC. Maybe that's what he's doing. Okay, that's a good question. Were there real okay, so were there was there a railroad station back in the day when the White House was first built? Let's see what we get. Mm-mm. It says no, the White House was completed in 1800. It's when John Adams moved in, and there were no railroads in the White House, barely. People traveled by, okay. Well, we already know that. They traveled by horseback, but that's not what I was asking. Um, the railroads came in 1830s. Hmm, okay. So there weren't any. I guess it wouldn't have really been necessary for there to be any then, if there wasn't, anyone there. Probably White House brought a lot of people, I guess, into Washington, D.C. I don't really know. Oh, Vanessa, I hear you. He did say if there is a war, there will be no election. So is he trying to start a war? Oh, no, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use my what lies beneath. Tell me about Orange Peel Spirit. Is he trying to start a war? Is he doing all of this that he's doing to the United States because he wants to get a war started? I should have looked at that card. Discarded, outdated, old news. I'll leave that out. Police. If he's not trying to start a war with other countries, he's trying to start a war within the country, is what I think. Bad choices. I hate nothing about you. I hate nothing about you. Okay, I don't know what that might mean. Getting a room. check yourself. Now, getting a room reminds me again, because we're talking about hotels and motels and suits and business pleasure. Again, this would be about making sure that his billionaire people are happy. And I think that's what the I hate nothing about you is about too, because he only wants those people around him that's going to be the same as him and think like him. Says kick to the curb. So of course we know what that means. Tantric sex. Okay, so guys, whoever says something about um, maybe it's about the traffic again, I wouldn't be surprised. Next card we get is toxic. So whatever it is that he has planned is nothing good. I'll put it that way. It's not a good thing. Well, I mean, I didn't even have to say that, guys. I know. Yep. Yep. Yeah, a shuttle train. Yeah, that's what they say they have. But what I was wondering about is if there was some kind of you know, well, the Underground Railroad was never really an Underground Railroad anyway. It was like people going to different places to get help when people were enslaved. It was never really underground in the beginning anyway. So, mm. So yeah, you're right. Which he may be trying to start a war so that he can stop elections, and that way he would continue to be the president. Okay, which says they did travel underground. Okay, do some research on that. Which you say you're going to do some research. I would love to know more about that. Tunnels. Yeah. And they would almost have to have some kind of tunnels, back door for Russians. Hmm. That's a thought. Okay, good trouble. Mm. Shirley, that's a good question. Is that why he wanted Canada as a state? He was going to use them to go back and forth, to do what he wants to do. Some of the details have been lost. Okay. Yeah, you're right. There would have to be some kind of tunnels for them to get through, though, especially if there's tunnels all over coming from the north, from the south to the north. I would think there would have to be something, just in my imagination, that they would have to go through because they would be too out in the open most of the time. Okay, sis, you think that when the Dems win back the White House, Jack Smith will spill the tea? I'm just hoping that, guys, that they do. I mean, I know we're a little ways from it now. It's kind of hard to read on it. I mean, we would probably get a yes or whatever, but There's so many other things could happen in the middle there before the election, and the way they have it going now, you just you never know. So many other unexpected things could happen before we have an election, like a war. But for Jack Smith wanting to talk right now to Congress tells me that there is something. Okay, gotta look at Jack Smith, guys. What's going on with Jack Smith? There is something serious that he knows about that's going on, um, that he needs to talk about, because all of a sudden he shows up again. So, Spirit, tell us about Jack Smith. Why is he back at this time? Why is Jack Smith back at this time, Spirit? We need to know. Why is he back right now? Things have got to be getting awfully bad. But him talking to Congress, I mean, I don't know. I'm getting so. It's like, what can they do? Trying to stay hopeful, guys. Why is Jack Smith back now wanting to talk to Congress, Spirit? Why is Jack Smith back right now wanting to talk to Congress? He has new information about things that are going on, guys. You had the Seven of Pentacles, which is about the seeds that were planted, and the Ace of Swords. So he has new information about their plans. And it's very strong information. We have the Strength card here. He has a lot of information to share, and it's something new that they should know about. And he is sure about what he's talking about. It's not nothing that he's guessing on. He knows what's going on in the government right now. And he's disappointed in what they're doing. He knows what they're doing. And he needs to let people know. He feels like he doesn't want to just sit back and watch it happen. That's why he wants to talk to Congress. He wants them to listen to what he has to say. He wants them to hear him. See, this is important, what he knows. And he's very emotional about this, guys. This is something big. He needs to talk to Congress because of what he knows. He knows something that people need to know about, and it's bothering him. He needs to tell Congress what it is. We have the Page of Swords here. Again, we're talking about new information that he's gotten a hold of, that he wants to make sure that they get. And it's not a little bit of information, it's a lot of information. We have the Seven of the Chariot, which normally that's something moving forward, and it's a good thing. So, hey, he may get it. He may get his chance to talk to Congress. I don't have my pendulum nearby, guys, or I would ask. But Spirit, will Jack Smith get a chance to talk to Congress? Wow, we got the Six of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Um, he's really worried about what's happening. He's trying to get to he's trying to move ahead and get to where he needs to be so that he can tell them, because he is very, very worried about um, what's going on. And but he knows that his hands are tied right now. His hands are tied, but he needs to get to them. And another thing is, I think he feels like these people need to be put in prison. He knows exactly what's going on. He's got new information that he wants to talk to Congress about. Um, will he talk to them, though? Okay, we got that. Of course, this is going to be very chaotic for that to. It's going to be a lot of chaos before he can do that. They probably know what he wants to talk to them about. Um, I mean the GOP, they know, because there's a lot of new stuff that's going on that he wants to get out in the open. That's why he's showing up again. Okay, will he, Spirit? Give me 3 cards. Will he get to talk to Congress? Will he get the opportunity to talk to Congress, Spirit? Because he feels like a lot of these people should be in prison. Will he get the chance? Justice. So I'm taking this as, guys, that he will get a chance to talk to them. Okay? I think it's very important that he talks to Congress. That's why he's asking. Let's see what else. Yeah, I'm sure he has the files, but I think it's deeper than that. I think it's bigger than that. I think he knows exactly what they're up to right now, and he's trying to make it known or put it out there. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah. We've gone past the PP video, Nora. I feel like, I mean, he's done so much worse. Not that that's bad enough, not bad enough, but the fact that he's bringing down the whole country. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I hope you're right, Sissy. You said January 25th, 26th will be a new Congress. I hope that is true. They can have a secret meeting. Yeah. Vanessa says, but wouldn't they have to open Congress for that to happen? And who knows when that's going to happen? Oh, the Republicans? Really? The Republicans are asking him to come in, Vanessa says. Arsenal says, no way. I don't know. Why would they want him to come in? The Republicans. Are they sick of him? One of the tunnels under the White House is connected to the Treasury building. Ah. Um, and Sissy said the midterms election is November 2025. The way they're maneuvering everything, they're going to make it hard. They're going to try to make it so hard for people to vote, especially with ice on the streets and all that. Okay. Sissy says her aunt worked for Governor Senator Dale Bumpers from Arkansas during Clinton impeachment trial. She says Senator Bumper rode under the tunnel from the Capitol to the White House. Okay. Yeah, some see him making it to next year, some don't. See, we just don't know. We really don't know. It's like there's a lot of confusion going on around that. Some see him making it. Everybody says that he's not going to make it the 4 years. I don't know. I didn't think he was going to make it to February at one point, and then I just stopped reading on it because, okay, February came, and then March came, and then April came, and then May came, and I was like, this is just out of our hands, guys. Mm. Will there be an election? When is the election supposed to happen in November? That's a good question. All right. Which says, can you do a reading on what we should be focusing on right now to protect ourselves so we will be ready for the future? That is a very good question. I like that one. What spirit should we be focusing on right now to protect ourselves? What should people be focusing on right now, Spirit? Give us some answers, Spirit, to protect themselves for the future. What should people be focusing on right now, Spirit? What should the collective be focusing on right now to prepare themselves for the future? I get here, guys, that there's information coming in about the man that's going to expose him. But there's good news. People should be listening for good news. There's going to be a lot of communication about that, and people should continue to meet, to get together, and watch your health. Make sure you're taking care of whatever income that you have, because with this snake being here, it's telling me that there's going to be a lot of no, a snake is not a good thing. There is a lot of manipulation going on. It's going to be a lot of manipulation, but we are going to get some information about the man that's going to expose him. That's the first thing that showed up. Then, as people should continue gathering together, I'm thinking this is more about like the marches, the rallies, or whatever they've been having. Continue and voicing, yourselves, that kind of thing. But people also need to watch their health and their income, their money, that kind of thing. Because I have a feeling that from these cards, before he gets exposed, there's going to be issues for people as far as income. We already know that, though, because the government workers, he doesn't want to pay them. And try not to let this get to your health as you can, if you can, but continue to meet and protest. A lot of manipulation going on. There's going to be exposure, but he's going to try to manipulate that in the same ways that he does. We already know how he does that. If we look at it, we may get even more information about his health. But again, that manipulation card, that snake is right there. If we put those together, this is the health and this is the manipulation of the health. So we may get a lot of information about that, but we don't know what to believe. But in other words, what it's saying is take care of yourself. As the information comes in and he gets exposed, continue to rally. Yeah, take care of your health. So it's coming. We just don't know when. Let me see, when is the midterms? When is the midterms election in the United States of America? Let's see. What's the date? When are the midterm elections scheduled? Tuesday, November the 3rd. What's the day? Wow. Oh, no, that's 26. I was going to say, I didn't think they were that close. That's Tuesday, December 3rd, 2026, guys. We got a year. We got a year. Yeah. Tuesday, November 3rd. So we got time. Because I was going to say, if it's now, we're in trouble. I didn't think it was that close. Yeah, you said that's a good message. Focus on what we can. I've been trying to save my money. Yeah, money's going to be important. More not spending on too much unnecessary stuff, even though I don't make much. I'm trying to be careful. Yeah, and just think about the people that are not getting paid, period. I know they didn't expect this to happen. And even if you have money saved up, the point is If you're going to be out of work for 2 or 3 months, you know you're going to have to dip into it. Yeah, he should be in prison. He should be in prison. But I think that Jack Smith is going to come through with even more new information, guys. More new information. But the thing is, yeah, it said justice. So I'm thinking that he may get a chance to talk. He may get a chance to talk to them. But we don't know when. You know, we hope that they get back in. But the way that they're doing things now, that, with the gerrymandering and all that kind of stuff, um, they're figuring out ways to get what they want, you know, to make things work the way they want them to work. Which is what I don't understand, because it's like, guys, it's like we don't have any power anymore. Nobody, only the Republicans have power. Only him, only the people that are around him. It's kind of like I said, like how he's pulling Diddy's chains. It's like he's trying to pull our chain in the same way. It's like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess with the White House when we build this grand ballroom. And what does he do? He takes a bulldozer to the White House. What I want to know is if the White House is going to be there, or is it going to be he's going to tear down a whole building and start over to make it his place. That's what I want to know, because that just might happen. So let's see what's going to happen with the White House. What's going to happen with the White House, Spirit? What's going to happen with the White House? What's going to happen with the White House? We're getting new information. Coming in quickly. Queen of Wands. From again, this woman showing up, guys. A leadership woman, about them, a woman in leadership, about them trying to get away with something. But no, I want to know, Spirit. There's heartbreak. What are they doing with the White House? King of Wands again. Who's disappointed? There's heartbreak here. There's heartbreak for the Fool. So I have a feeling that, like I said, it's probably not going to go the way that he thinks it's going to go. Because somebody's going to step in. You know what? This could be him. We kept getting this King of Wands. I got a feeling that's Jack Smith. Jack Smith. He may be the one to come in to save the day with all this new information that he has concerning, we got the Emperor here. And I think that's concerning the government, or even him and what's happening. Because now at this point, guys, we can't just say orange peel. We're talking about the GOP period that's going along with everything. So we're talking about the government. And I think that we're going to be celebrating. So we're going to get some information in concerning the foolish things that he's doing and what he's trying to get away with. And of course, um, it's going to come in quickly. This Queen of Wands keeps showing up. There is going to be a woman or women that's going to help to bring this about, to clear things up. I don't really see, now see, even if it was Kamala, I don't think she's ready to do that yet. There could be another woman that's going to help with this. I don't think it's her, though. I don't think it's her. It's the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands that are taking action to clear things up. And I think that we're going to be celebrating when it all gets done. Okay, the White House, as far as the White House goes, he's not going to get what he wants. He's not going to get what he wants. Will he be stopped? Of course he's going to be stopped. 3 cards. 3 cards, Spirit. Will he be stopped before it gets that far? Will he be stopped before it gets that far? It's the government. Yeah, he's going to be, it's going to be a failure for him. He thinks it's going to work out, but it's going to be a failure. And it's going to happen pretty quickly, guys. They're going to stop that. You have the Queen of Cups. She's holding something. She knows something that she has in that cup. Some kind of way. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. It's going to be women that's working, and they're going to move forward, and they're going to be successful. I don't know who these women are, but there's some women that's going to be very important as we move forward in making things happen, to do what they need to do. I'm not going to say to make him, to move him or whatever. Whatever is going to happen, it's going to happen because some women have taken the initiative to do what needs to be done to stop him from doing all of this that he's doing. Now, I can't think of, I know Tish James, he has her on his radar right now. I don't know if I don't think she has that much authority. It's probably going to be a judge, guys, maybe a judge or something like that, that's going to step forward. And then there just will probably be a ripple effect as far as stopping him. Yeah, food stamps, all that stuff. All that stuff is going to be cut out, guys. Snaps and jobs right before the holidays. Yeah. Yep. You're saying, so of course, it's women cleaning up the mess. Yeah. It's going to be women. First of all, you're messing with the kids. If they cut out food stamps and SNAP, all that stuff, people are not going to be fed. Oh, Florida, that may be true. The Epstein survivors. All I can say, I hope they come on with it. But what we need is, I don't know, some pictures, some video, that kind of thing that's going to put these people smack their faces smack in front of us so that we can see what's really been going on. That's what it's going to take. I don't even know if word of mouth would help these days, because nothing seems to be important enough or big enough to make a change when people are just talking. It's like we need the information. Okay. November 4th, 2025 will be special elections and municipal elections. Okay. Yeah. They're all about the children until they get here. Yep. We need some information. We need something that we can see that's tangible. Even them coming out saying, oh, well, so and so is in the files. And so, can you show us? Can you give us some information so that we can see it, that people will be like, yeah, he's got to go. Him and his administration, they have to go. That's what we need. No, we don't like it when children are hurting. Not at all. And they could blame AI. Well, I think there's a way to show, to figure out if it's AI or not. There's ways to figure that out. So I don't think that's going to stop anything, because they can figure out whether or not AI is not that big that you can't figure out if it's a real photo or if it's been touched up or whatever. It's not that advanced yet. Yeah, metadata. They can find out. It's easy to find out if it's real or not. Oh, it's an MTG. She can make enough noise to make something happen. I think, and a lot of other people think too, that something must have happened to her for her to go, to be okay with these women bringing it out. But you just can't trust her. That's the only thing. But it could be her. Let's see. One card spirit. Is it MTG that may help with this situation? Is it MTG? I think MTG, she's talked so much, she's afraid for her life, but I think she'll be okay. Tell us about her spirit. Is she the woman that's going to help us? Is she the woman? I'm getting a maybe again. So I'm not getting just a yes on that one. Oh, that's good. Sissy, you're probably right about that. She's not going to be able, and unless she really can come out with some concrete information. Yeah. Yeah. MTG, she said that her kids are going to be affected by all of this. So that's why she's so upset, because it's affecting her. And see, that's what's going to happen is when it affects enough of them, then they're going to be like, oh, we got to do something. We can't let this happen, I don't know, would it have to be a Republican woman? And if that's the case, I don't know who that would be either. I guess I haven't been keeping up enough to really know who that would be. Because, of course, they're not listening to any Democrats as far as that goes. Man or woman. Let me do a reading. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see what comes out for the collective, because we're coming up on November. We're only a few days from November. And let's see what's going to happen in November, guys. What do we have to look forward to, Spirit? What is November looking like for the collective? November looking like. What is November, Spirit, looking like for the collective? November for the collective. November for the collective. November. What is November looking like for the collective? Okay. Well, so far, what I'm getting here is we need to look at self-sufficiency. Okay. November is going to say, come in as you need to be taking care of yourself more. And it's crossed by the Page of Cups, which is saying that there's new opportunities, but you have to be careful and watch what the opportunities are, because that Page of Cups has that fish in there, even though there's new opportunities. And then again, we're talking about the Page of Pentacles. I feel like it's new starts. It's new financial opportunities. And you have to be diligent next month in what you're looking at, because in the past, there were things that were going on. We had the moon that we didn't know about, things that were kept secret from us, that kind of thing. And wow. We have the Tower, guys. We have the Tower crowning. We have the Tower crowning November. Something's going to fall. Something's going to fall. I have a feeling this is about the children, though, because I get these two pages. And when the children can't get what they need, it's going to be a problem. And then we have a new beginning. Some truth is going to come out in November, guys. Some truth is going to come out. The devil. Okay. So we're going to see some things coming out about the devil. We don't have to even talk about who the devil is, because we know who the devil is, who is doing all of these things. Okay. And some things are going to be balanced. We have temperance. November might be a good month for us, guys, because when they start taking away SNAP and the kids can't get fed, people are going to look at him like, are you crazy? And some things are going to have to be balanced. And then we have news coming in about money. Now, it's not going to happen like right away. It may take a little time, because this is the slowest deck, the slowest knight in the deck. He's a knight of pentacles, but they're going to be feel like people are going to feel like he's responsible for taking these things away from us, and we got to get, you know, back to work and do what we need to do. Now, it probably won't happen right at the beginning of November, but somewhere in November, this is going to happen. And the reason I say it's not going to happen right at the beginning is because of this knight. He's a slow moving knight, but money is going to start flowing again. Yeah, here it comes. Here it is right now. We're going to get information about it. The information is going to come quickly. Not saying that things are going to turn around quickly, but this month is going to start the information coming in. We're going to find out things about the devil and and it's going to come in quickly. So, hey, all we got to do is wait on November to get here, and for him to cut off these things to the people, no, that's not going to sit well. There's going to be a big burden that's going to be brought about. But this card, which is a 10 of Wands, is endings and beginnings. Okay, so the burden is going to be lifted. Okay, somehow the burden is going to be lifted, and people are going to be enlightened. That's at the bottom of the deck. Enlightenment as far as to what is going on, because it's going to affect a lot of people. Now, it looks like to me this is going to happen, but they're going to have to reverse it quickly. Okay. And here's the Empress showing up. So, people will get back to getting what they need. Okay. But yeah, he's going to try hard, but this tower is going to show up. It's going to fall. Things are going to change in November. I think things are going to look a lot better. Here's the Queen of Wands again showing up, taking some action, doing what she needs to do. She has, the women, guys. I think this is more about the feminine rising again. We talked about that in the beginning. And I feel like, guys, this is what I feel about the feminine rising. Last year, when Kamala was doing so well, it was a big deal about the, rising of the feminine again. And it's not just women, but it's the attitude of females. We're more nurturing, more creative. Men are they're more aggressive. And that's what we have right now. We have those men out there that are more aggressive. They want to run everything. The society that we live in right now is ran by men. But with the feminine rising, that means that things are going to calm down, and it's going to be a better place to live. Now, anytime that there was in the past, and I'm talking about way back, guys, because it hasn't happened in our lifetimes, okay, or probably not even in our grandparents' lifetimes, that the feminine did try to rise at times, but there was always something to bring it down. And I think that's what we're living in right now. And that's what we're seeing, is that the feminine energy trying to rise again as it has in the past. But here is these masculine men that want to be in power that's trying to squash it again. And every time, as I looked back in history, and I've been doing my research on this, and you guys should too, every time there's been an opportunity for the feminine energy to rise, there's been something to bring it back down. And that's what's happening now, because it was so big and we felt it so much when Kamala was running. And then all of a sudden he got in and we just forgot about the energy that we had that was moving things forward, because he got in and he squashed it again. I think this is what Spirit is showing us again. It's going to be squashed again unless something happens. And the feminine energy, and like I said, it's not only about female, because we all have feminine and masculine energy, but the energy of the feminine is trying to rise again. We totally missed it. You know what I'm saying? Spirit is saying it's time. It's time, guys. It's time. And if we let it get squashed again, like what he's trying to do right now, Trump is trying to do, and his patriotic article, um, his people that wants to keep the men in power only. Hey, it may be hundreds of years before Spirit brings this about again. So it's important that somehow, I think Spirit is saying it's important that the feminine energy take charge again. That's where we're being led, and we don't even see it. It's hard for us to see it because it's so big that it takes a lot of power, energy from them to squash it again. And that's what keeps happening. That's it. That's it. That's why he hates strong women. Nora says he hates strong women. Yes, especially strong Black women or minority women, women of color. I think it's really a true spiritual message for us, guys, that this is what's happening. This is the problem. This is the energy that's been squashed and squashed and squashed and squashed as you look at history in the past. Every time there's an uprising for that kind of thing to happen, it gets stopped. Vanessa says that's why we need to come out in full force. He doesn't like Letitia. I mean, these women, we're all put here for a reason, guys. We're all here for a reason. These women came forth. I mean, you got to think about how brave they are. Just like even Fani Willis, even though, she just, whatever, she had that thing going with the other attorney and that kind of thing. The least little thing can bring them down. But she was brave enough to keep trying, just like Letitia is brave enough. He's trying to get her on some trumped up charge or whatever, and she's just hanging in there. He's going for the women with the power. He wants to bring them down. He wants to put women in their place because the feminine energy is so strong at this time. So if he can bring that all down, you know what I'm saying? That works in his favor. I really think that that's what we're looking at right now, guys. And I think it's happening more on a spiritual level than we will ever be able to figure out. So, yeah, that's something that we have to look at, something we have to think about. I don't know how the message is going to get out there. I'll tell you what, guys. I hope you will share this. I hope you will share this video. I'm going to try to put in some, it might take me a minute, but to put in, what do you call it? Section it out so people can hear that, because that was the one thing that I realized. I don't know. Since I've been home with this injury and I've been really talking to Spirit about it, and I realized that that's a big part of it is the feminine energy. And I realized that when Kamala didn't make it, it was like the air was taken out of all the females that were standing up for her and really working for her. There was a lot of energy, feminine energy behind that. And it was like it was deflated, because they figured out a way to keep the things the way they were going, that male energy going. Um, and not to say that all males are that way, but I mean, we're talking about feminine and male energy here, that it has nothing to do with whether or not you're a male or female. It really has nothing to do with that. It's the energy behind that. And that's what we forget and we miss sometimes. And that energy was just taken away when she lost. So guys, share this. I'll try to put the, whatever you call it, when you separate things in there. And people, I think people need to really think about that. How we've been manipulated. Now all we think about is how he's going to leave, when he's going to leave. We've pretty much focused on him instead of that energy that we need to stay focused on. Yeah, he's really manipulated us, guys. He really has. He really has. He's done he's good at what he does. Don't underestimate him. He's good at well, he's put here for a reason too, and he's good at what he does. Somehow we need to turn that back around. Yeah. You think it'll come back around, but I think we have to make it come back around. I don't think we can just wait. I see what you're saying, Vanessa. You said, although we're taking a break right now, soon it will be time for us to pick up the torch. Yeah, but that could be, if we miss it right now, it could be a long time before it comes back around. I think this is the time, guys. I think this is the time. Yeah, it is about us taking our power back. Yeah, it'll be a long time because it's not, it's spiritual, guys. It's spiritual. It's a spiritual awakening. We've lost our power, and not purposely. We just didn't know that we had the power to lose. And I think now Spirit is saying it's time to take it back. I hope you're right, Vanessa. Vanessa says, I don't think we're going to miss it. I mean, you say because it's spiritual, but we have free will. We have free will. If we don't see it and we don't know it, that that's what's happening, we have no idea. It's not like Spirit is going to say, okay, it's your turn. If that was the case, she would have just automatically won. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I think it's deeper than that. It is about taking your power back and understanding the power that you have. You know what I'm saying? And I've always talked about that, guys, taking your power back. So it's more than, it's just a time for it. We can miss the time again. You got to go back in your history and see where women were trying to rise, and then all of a sudden, poof, it's gone. So we're just getting another opportunity. The feminine energy, not women, but the feminine energy was rising. And It was taken away again. God is in control. It's true, but I keep saying we have free will. It can go this way or it can go that way. Yeah, God is in control. I do agree with that. Um, but sometimes we have lessons that we need to learn. And Spirit is putting things in front of us to make us see, to wake us up, to wake us up. Yeah, which I believe that. She says, I think the spiritual for most people is going to come from having to fight for their lives with financials, food, and etc. Yep, I've read that. White Privilege. I've read that before, Catherine. It's a good book. Free will is very strong. But you got to know that you have it. I mean, I know people always say that, but what are you doing to get what you want or deserve? Yeah, a lot of people have woken up in the past 10 months, but enough to override that male energy. Yep, there you go, Vanessa. It's strong enough to keep us down. It's more of us than them. That's very true. But look at this. Listen at this now. If you're afraid to go into the voting booth and vote your conscience instead of what your husband tells you to do, that makes a difference. That dominant energy is telling you, you better vote this way, or you better do this, or you better do. That's where a lot of women sit today, guys, even though, they would never admit it. But, you know, there are more women than there are men, but men are leading the world. Okay? And a lot of women are doing whatever they say. That's the bottom line. But yeah, if those cards were saying that, Vanessa, okay, for the children, the women are going to stand up. We carry the children come from us, and we're closer to that situation than they are. So when they get to the point where they're not feeding the children and children are not getting what they need, that's going to be a problem. And I think that's probably the link. Yep, that's true. They have no problem hitting. Yeah, you're right. That's what MAGA, I got a feeling too, because they're too dominant. Well, some of them. I mean, there's a lot of them that are pretending, you know. We can talk about Vance. What Vance does his wife dirty, they say, but um, mm, yeah, I think that'll probably be the link. I mean, even the children. Just think if you are relying on food stamps or whatever to keep your household going, you're the woman and it's just you and your kids, they're in the house. What are you going to do? And some people, they can't work. They have to stay home with their children. Daycare is expensive. It's not like you're going to go out there and work and bring home the money so that you can feed your kids. And when they cut these stamps off, it's not going to be like that. Women have to make decisions when their children can't eat. Who's pregnant? Oh, yeah, yeah. But I mean, I really think that that's what the cards were saying. Women and children. And I think when people get things taken away from them, that's going to be it. Okay, guys, I'm going to give us a message for the day and get out of here. Let's get an angel message for tonight, not today. We're late, but that's okay. I appreciate you guys stopping and listening. Okay, Spirit, give us a message. What is it you want us to know right now? Oh, you're welcome, Catherine. Oh, the sun. We can't get a better message than the sun. This is the best message in the deck, guys. Things are going to, we're going to look forward to a lot of great joy and success. Plans will work out perfectly. There will be new opportunities and gratitude to the divine. Look at that, the sun. I think, guys, for November, that was November that I was reading on. I think things are going to turn around, especially if they try to take away everything from the people that need it the most. There's going to be a tower. There's going to be a tower that falls. And then things are going to start to turn around. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. And I will see you on the next read. Have a good evening, everyone.